There's a troubling new report out today, and I gotta say, I'm a little bit surprised by it, but maybe I shouldn't be that surprised by it. So I think this is fairly interesting, and I wanted to get into it. And I first want to say that I kind of wanted to talk about Jez Gordon. He's the one that is reporting on this, and this would be his deal. I'm going to link back to his article on Windows Central. But yeah, I thought this was a very interesting topic, and I also think that it's something that really doesn't bode well for Microsoft. Like, it's really hard saying, because I feel like Microsoft has done so much good lately, and they're on such good terms with so many different companies, that it's hard to believe that, you know, there would maybe be this kind of negative situation that we're seeing right now. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it is very interesting, and something that we should definitely keep monitoring, because anything can come from this. But I think I speak for a lot of people when I say I would love to know what's going on here and how to get to the bottom of it. So that's kind of my hope anyway. Before too long, let's go ahead and get into it. Should be a good video, a hard-hitting video asking the tough questions, and see what happens from all this. We'll see what's happening. So what's up, everybody? Crap Gamer here with Crap Gamer Reviews, back with yet another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Please slap that like button. Go ahead and give me a thumbing. I would appreciate that as well. It means a lot to me personally. Like I said, I'm looking to get those likes up, trying to get 100 on each of the videos that I do. So yeah, thank you. So again, this is interesting. Again, giving full credit to Jez Gordon and Windows Central. Square Enix is apparently snubbing Xbox for another upcoming game launch. Final Fantasy 1 through 4 are available almost literally everywhere but Xbox, and we also all already know about stuff like, you know, Forspoken, not that I care about that, Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7 Remake 1 and 2. So gamers will undoubtedly at some point have been impacted by Final Fantasy. Personally, I'm not a big fan, so it doesn't affect me as much as maybe some of you. But I can understand the upset nature of not being able to play some of these games completely. The classic Final Fantasy titles precede the 3D era and remain timeless entries among the best games of all time. Square Enix has recently been working to port the series with to other places with quality of life improvements popularized by emulators such as speed controls, UI improvements, and battle options, and more. The entire bundle of games from Final Fantasy 1 through 6 is available to grab on Steam for around $80 depending on your region, and many have wondered why Square Enix would bring the collection to consoles. Today we got an answer, and if you're a long-suffering Xbox fan, it's not a good one. Square Enix announced that Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Collection will finally come to consoles, all consoles except Xbox, that is, on April 19th. Fans of Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 and 5 will be able to pick up the entire classic collection in their, all their glory. This announcement made Xbox quite literally the only place you cannot play these games. You can buy them all on PC, you can buy them on Android, iPad, well, not iPod, but an iPad for sure. And to add insult to injury, they're even available on Amazon's Fire Tablet app store. So increasingly, Jez Gordon says he's been hearing rumors that there's something functionally wrong with the relationship between Microsoft and Square Enix, as Square Enix has only been offering Xbox a very limited selection of titles from its catalog, including games like Stranger's Paradise and Diofield Chronicles, neither of which reviewed particularly well. Despite Octopath Traveler launching on Xbox and even into Game Pass, the sequel is nowhere to be found and likely isn't coming. Despite being announced as a timed exclusive for PlayStation, Final Fantasy VII Remake also shows no signs of appearing on Xbox. It's quite clear that something has gone terribly wrong between Microsoft and Square, to the detriment of Xbox fans who actually enjoy Square's titles. There's no sign of the relationship improving anytime either soon, which paints a bleak picture for hotly anticipated games like Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 14, Realm Reborn, Dragon Quest, all of which are unlikely to join the list of upcoming Xbox games, given the solid relationship between the companies. So again, they're kind of talking about this kind of poor situation here where it looks like Xbox gamers are getting it, and they're saying that it's much more than, I mean, obviously Sony and money had it to get like some of these bigger releases not to release on Xbox, but also, it looks like we're starting to see that maybe that there's a little bit more to the story than what we actually kind of have an idea for, and that is unfortunate to say the least, because I feel like Microsoft, I feel like the fans are kind of annoyed or whatever by this, and rightfully so. I just feel like it's just one of those things where us as gamers kind of get left out due to some kind of politics or something along those lines. Now, we don't really know for sure what's happening, but it does not seem to be the best thing or best time right now for Xbox and that kind of thing. Like right at a time where Microsoft is starting to get more Japanese content on the platform, some of the biggest stuff coming out apparently isn't coming out to Xbox themselves. So we'll see how this kind of changes in the future. Like for me, like I said, personally, I couldn't care less about this stuff, but I do understand why some people would be maybe a little bit off-put by this and be upset by this. Maybe they can work something out. I don't really know how that would happen or what would happen, but at the end of the day, I feel like that's something that should happen. Hopefully they can get everything worked out, and Microsoft and Xbox will be able to get all of these things that the gamers want. It just makes sense, like to be able to play like all the stuff, especially considering this is like third-party stuff. It's like so basic that should be something that Xbox fans should be able to enjoy if they want to. I fully think that it's fine that companies get pay for exclusives or buy whatever. That I'm never going to be against that. I think that if you can, that everybody can do it, right? Like Microsoft can do it. They don't have to be a victim and go, oh well, Sony, like go out there and surprise people and pay for some of these games like you used to in the 360 era. They paid for Blue Dragon and this game and that game, and I think absolutely that's one of the things that is an option, and they could always do that too. So yeah, like I don't sit there and like you might go, oh well, you feel sorry for some Microsoft or whatever. No, I think that it really kind of comes down to what Microsoft wants to do, and they're perfectly capable of going out there and doing that. From a financial standpoint, they can, in addition to the way that they do it, like they've been buying games and that kind of stuff. So I think that that's exactly what they can do, and that's exactly what they should do if they feel like they're missing out on something specifically. So again, as fans, we can bring it up to Microsoft, but Microsoft has to understand from their own perspective why we're bringing this up. So hopefully they do, and we'll be able to see some changes soon. I'll link this. Go see Jez's article. Let me know what you think. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. Crap gamer out.